Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns is a no disqualification match for the WWE Universal Championship. Chris Jericho suspended in a shark cage above the ring. What is that no disqualification match stipulation? How does that influence this match? Well, we're talking a little bit about that in a minute. And how does the shark cage, which Jericho will be suspended in above the ring, affect the match? Other than the fact that WWE want to sell their playset a little bit more. Again, we'll be talking about that a little bit more. But first, let's talk about the feud, the story that is Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. I think it's outstayed its welcome. I think that's safe to say. I think nobody was really that hyped when Reigns got a title shot to begin with. I don't think a lot of people felt he deserved it. Nobody really wanted to see him in the main event again. And yeah, the fact he keeps getting chance after chance after chance, and yes, it's been screwy finishes, but same sort of, you know what I mean? He's still getting the chance. People don't want Roman Reigns in the main event. They've made that quite clear. They were quite content with him holding the United States Championship until he decided to do nothing with it and focus more on the Universal Championship. This feud, as I say, the only great thing about it has been the chemistry between Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, which has made the thing at least watchable. But I'm not invested in this match. I'll tell you the only reason I'm invested in it is because of my hatred and fear that Roman Reigns is going to win this match in main event WrestleMania again, which will absolutely irritate the hell out of me and could quite possibly put me in a bad mood for the rest of the show. Now, WWE needs to be careful. If they are genuinely going to allow Roman Reigns to win this championship, they need to put this match in the right order. It has to be before Styles versus Cena and the Royal Rumble match, so that Styles and Cena can put on an unbelievable show, win the crowd bloody back, and then the Rumble match can commence, and again, win the crowd back. By that point, we've kind of forgotten about Roman Reigns. Because if you do this match, they're not going to main event it, but if you do it after Styles Cena, I kid you not, people are going to shit on the Royal Rumble match. It's going to happen. Even though you got Undertaker, Lesnar, I genuinely fear that. They've got to put this in the right order. They've got to make sure they don't, cock this up. In my opinion, they've got to make sure they don't actually give the title to Roman Reigns, because again, nobody wants to actually see that. I'm okay with Strowman versus Reigns. Hell, I want Chris Jericho to win the Royal Rumble, and I want Chris Jericho to then face Kevin Owens. This has huge implications. Reigns defeats Owens. Jericho's never going to win the championship. And you can kind of cancel out, well, I mean, Finn Balor, I suppose, could main event, but you can kind of forget Lesnar winning it because they won't do the same match twice. If Kevin Owens wins, all bets are still open. Anything can happen because literally Jericho could win, Goldberg could win, Lesnar could win, Undertaker could win face Owens, Strowman. I mean, honestly, everything is still open. If Reigns defeats Kevin Owens, Strowman, who at the moment's in that kind of pack of, has a chance of winning the Rumble, but isn't really a big time player. He's not in my top 5 prediction wise. If Reigns defeats Owens, Strowman becomes a favourite to win the Rumble. In my opinion, he becomes top 3 to win the Royal Rumble. That's how important it is. If Owens wins, Strowman Owens, they're not going to do that. So I think he then stays in that middle section. But mark my words, Roman Reigns wins the friggin' match, which I think is going to happen. That's my prediction. Trust me when I say this, Strowman could actually genuinely win the Rumble. In fact, I think he probably would. Which kind of is going to contradict my prediction at the end, but at the same time, you got to keep yourself open. I'm tactically thinking about how I'm predicting this because I want to get the most right. And I don't want to go all in on Reigns winning the Universal title and then Strowman winning, because then, if you get what I mean, if Kevin Owens does actually win, then both predictions are going to be wrong. Whereas if I predict Reigns and Kevin Owens wins, I've still got the chance in the Royal Rumble match, if you know what I mean. I'm being tactical because I don't know, I'm like, I will predict against people. But anyway, it's completely gone off topic. What's this story been? 2 out of 5. I don't think it's been good. The actual Kevin Owens Roman Reigns story. What's been entertaining in this is the Kevin Owens Chris Jericho story that's developing and slowly building to a conclusion that will get a WrestleMania, please, for the Universal title. But not the Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns thing. Why is Chris Jericho suspended in the shark cage? No one knows. Storyline wise, it's because of the playset and WWE want to sell it. Do I think it's a bit pathetic? Yes. Do I think anybody cares about the fact that Chris Jericho's in a shark cage? Well, yeah, because that means that it increases Roman Reigns' chance of winning this match. What I want to see Owens wins this match on his freaking own because this guy's awesome. Kevin Owens defeated John Cena clean at Money in the Bank a year ago. This is a guy who defeated John Cena clean, for crying out loud. Let him beat your Superman, Super Reigns clean, please. He hasn't had enough clean wins for the title since he's won it. And Owens' feud, if it ends tonight, will go down as a disappointment. Not because of Owens, but because of the way he's been booked. And the WWE have a serious problem at the moment of knowing how to book their champions. They keep getting it wrong. Every time somebody becomes a champion, they cock it up. The only one they've successfully booked recently is AJ Styles. Everybody else they seem to mess up. Even the simple face champions, they seem to bugger it up and not know how to book a face champ. They don't know how to book a heel champ other than just have them lose to win either, win by, shenanigans and screwy finishes. The only way they know how to do it. Now, what is this no disqualification match? This is the only real kind of question mark in this match, which kind of makes me think I have no idea. Now, without the no disqualification part, I think it's an easy Roman Reigns win. With the no disqualification part, it makes me think something could happen. Whoever Reigns' opponent is at WrestleMania could come and screw him out of it. Jericho could somehow get to the shark cage. And I know what you're thinking, Karen. That's just literally the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. But this is WWE. Stuff like that could actually happen. The no disqualification does add an element of, intrigue to this match. And kind of a bit of a God, what's going to happen here? I honestly don't know. So that's the only bit that's kind of fogging me off at the moment. I don't that's why I'm not 100% that Roman Reigns is going to win, as I was, although I'm pretty sure. He is my prediction. No disqualification, I think that gives it another... I think it needed it, because another single match between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, nobody's remotely going to be interested. I think the fans actually... Well, I don't think they'll boo it, because Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens are there, but I think... they'll boo any Roman Reigns offense. I think that'll probably happen anyway. But the no disqualification part adds that intensity, that violence to the match that it probably needs to make it a decent main event caliber match. But its chances of stealing the show... Again, if Reigns wins, I don't think it steals the show. Even if it's a great match, people just won't look at it as a great match because of the ending. If Kevin Owens wins, I think it has about a 40% chance of stealing the show. Still quite low. I still don't expect it to steal the show. But it's impossible really to say how much I expect something to steal the show, because I don't... 40% is like, well, if you did this show 10 times, 4 out of 10 it would steal the show, which I don't actually think is correct. But basically what I'm saying is I don't expect it to steal the show, but it's got a chance. A decent chance to steal the show, but I don't expect it to. I suppose that is kind of 40% in it. Anyway, so yeah, my prediction for Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, which I think the story's been poor, is a Kevin Owens victory. No, what am I saying? Roman Reigns victory, and he wins the Universal title, which would make it, before we talk about Styles Cena, 1, 2, 3 out of 4 championships changing hands. That makes me think Gallows and Anderson aren't actually going to win. But anyway, let's move on to Styles versus Cena.